Hello, and welcome back to the Casual Leader Podcast. Today's episode, I need to show you what happens when companies measure AI use badly because it's useful for you to know, and it's also a little bit funny. So here we go. The token circus. A token is basically the unit AI usage gets built in. So ranking people by tokens is ranking them by how much AI they consumed, not what they produced with them, but more what it cost. And you can guess what happened. At Meta, an employee built an internal dashboard called Clodonomics, ranking the top 250 token users across the company. Fortune reported that the top user averaged 281 billion tokens, which at list price works out something around $1.4 million of usage for one person. Reported figures from one leaked dashboard, so, hold them a bit loosely. My favorite detail is that Mark Zuckerberg, whose company made AI impact a core expectation for everyone, was nowhere near close to the top 250. But that's detail. The dashboard got taken down, though, 2 days later after the press found out. Let's take another one. Amazon built one too, and then killed it very fast. An Amazon SVP put out a line that I think it's quite important that most people should take. Please do not use AI just for the sake of it. The leaderboard was making people doing exactly that. There's even a name for it now. I'm sure you heard of it. Tokenmaxxing. Running the most expensive model for the most trivial tasks just to generate volume that nobody really asked for to climb a chart. As one executive put it in the CIO piece, when token usage becomes the target, you reward volume over outcomes. Now, I do understand that you do want to encourage people towards AI adoption, and gamifying it is one way to do it, but token usage should always be paired with outcome. Not just using it for the sake of using it, but rather, what are you getting in return? What's the outcome? Even the companies doing this thoughtfully know how tricky this is. Deloitte.ai CEO runs actually a 5-tier usage dashboard. The top tier is literally called AI God. And his take was that the smoothness of the adoption curve matters more than the total. Meaning, is everyone leveling up, or is just one person burning $1 million worth in token while everyone else is hiding behind it? Why am I telling you this? You maybe are asking. Well, for 2 reasons. One, it lowers the temperature. The companies measuring you are visibly improvising most of this criteria. This whole grading system is a first draft. And this is normal. It happens when something is completely new. Everyone is trying to figure it out. But that also means that you're not late to a mature discipline. Nobody has really cracked it down so far. 2, think about it like this. If the scoreboard measures spend and the scoreboard is kind of low-key embarrassing everyone, what does a smart company want next? Well, someone who makes that number go down. Stay with me. Token optimization sounds like an engineering topic, but it's actually a money topic, wearing an engineering costume. And money is a language that every single department speaks, but especially the C-suite. So find one place where your team uses an expensive model for a cheap job and switch it. Using the biggest, priciest model to summarize meeting notes is a classical one. That's an easy one. A smaller, cheaper model does that just fine. If you're technical, that might mean changing a default in a pipeline. If you're not, it can be as simple as documenting our team runs X through the premium model 200 times a week. The lighter model handles it. Here's the quality comparison on a 10 real examples. By doing so, we are saving the company or organization X amount of dollars. You see where I'm going with this? Amazon shut down its leaderboard because it rewarded burning tokens. Meta capped internal token spending after costs headed towards billions. In June, Meta's own CTO told employees that all motion is not progress and token usage alone is not a measure of impact. And the company started putting a token budget in place. Uber announced that they burned through their entire 2026 AI budget in just 4 months. While Klarna is actually rehiring since humans are now cheaper than AI in some cases. The era of usage up is ending mid-year. The person who saved money while still showing impact will outlast every single token legend on that leaderboard. All right, that's a wrap for today. If you've got a colleague who does great work and goes a little bit pale every time the CEO says AI native, send them this one. They might find it useful. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out any of the upcoming episodes. We have tons of interesting subjects. And of course, join our community over at thecasualleader.com. Don't forget to start casual, keep going, keep growing. See you next week. Bye.